You're about to discover a conversation secret that most men never learn. By the end of this video, you'll know how to talk to women naturally, keep conversations flowing, and leave a memorable impression without using fake lines or pretending to be someone you're not. Point 1. Stop preparing lines. Bro, let's kill this myth right now. You don't need a perfect opening line. You don't need a rehearsed joke you saw in some video. Women can smell a scripted line from a mile away, and the second they sense it, the wall goes up. It doesn't matter how clever the line is. If it sounds memorized, it kills the vibe instantly, because now she's not talking to you, she's talking to a performance. The guys who talk to women best aren't the ones with the best lines. They're the ones who just talk like a normal human being. Instead of planning what to say next, just react to what's actually happening around you. She's holding an iced coffee in December. Say that. Bold choice in this weather. That's it. No script needed. You don't need 10 backup lines in your head. You need your eyes open and your brain relaxed enough to notice what's actually in front of you. Real beats rehearsed every time. Here's where most guys mess up. They ask question after question like they're filling out a form. What do you do? Where are you from? Do you have siblings? Bro, that's an interrogation, not a conversation. Women don't want to feel like they're being processed for a background check. Instead, ask one question, actually listen to the answer, and react to something specific she said. If she says, I just got back from a hiking trip, don't jump to the next generic question. Say, okay, but did you almost die on that trail, or was it actually relaxing? That's engagement. That's curiosity. That's what keeps her talking, because now she feels heard instead of surveyed. The goal isn't to collect facts about her, it's to build a moment together. One good follow-up beats 5 generic questions every single time. This one's uncomfortable, but it's crucial. Most guys panic the second there's a 2-second pause. They start rambling, over-explaining, filling space with nervous energy like dead air is a crime. Bro, silence isn't rejection. Silence is normal. Confident men let a pause sit without needing to rescue it, because they're not terrified of what it means. If you're comfortable in silence, she feels that comfort too. It becomes relaxing instead of awkward. Example, instead of frantically saying, sorry, that was random anyway, what were we talking about? Just smile, take a breath, and let the next thing come naturally. You don't have to fill every gap. Sometimes the pause is where the tension actually builds. Comfort with silence is one of the most underrated signs of confidence, and most guys never even try it. Compliments are fine in small doses, but teasing builds way more attraction. When you playfully call her out on something, her being late, her competitive side, her dramatic laugh, you're treating her like an equal, not a prize you're trying to win. Instead of, wow, you're so smart, say, okay, professor, calm down. Instead of, you're so funny, say, you think you're funnier than you actually are, and I respect the confidence. That playful push and pull creates tension women actually enjoy, way more than flat, predictable compliments ever will. Compliments say, I'm impressed by you. Teasing says, I see you and I'm not intimidated by you. That second energy is what actually pulls people in, because it feels like a real dynamic instead of a one-sided performance. Stop trying to sound impressive. Stop mentioning your gym routine, your business idea, or your investments like you're reciting a resume. Women can tell when you're performing versus when you're being real, and performing always reads as insecurity in disguise. Talk about the show you're actually obsessed with right now, the weird hobby you picked up, the food you can't stop cooking badly. Example, instead of, I've been really focused on scaling my side business, say, I've been trying to make the perfect omelette for 2 weeks and I'm failing spectacularly. Real, specific human, that's what makes you memorable, not a highlight reel. Nobody bonds with a resume. People bond with small, weirdly specific details, because those are the things that actually sound true. A conversation isn't a checklist. If she's laughing and leaning in, keep going in that direction, match her energy and build on it. If her energy shifts, shorter answers, checking her phone, looking around, don't panic. but also don't force it. Wrap it up smoothly instead of chasing a dying conversation like you're trying to resuscitate it. Example, instead of trying to save it with more questions, say, "All right, I'll let you get back to it. This was fun though." That confidence to exit gracefully instead of clinging is what actually leaves the strongest impression. Guys who can't read the shift end up looking needy. Guys who can read it end up looking like they have somewhere else to be, which is far more attractive. The biggest shift happens when you stop measuring your worth by her response. If she seems distracted, that's not a verdict on you. It might just be her day, her mood, a text she just got. Confident men stay steady regardless of how the conversation lands, because their value isn't up for a vote. You're not performing for approval. You're just being yourself and seeing if it clicks. That mindset alone changes your entire energy, because desperation is loud even when you're not saying anything, and calm detachment from the outcome is louder in the best way. Remember, great conversations aren't about saying the perfect thing. They're about being genuinely curious, staying relaxed, and letting your personality come through. Confidence grows with practice, not tricks. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. In the next episode, we'll cover one of the biggest challenges men face: how to handle the tests women sometimes use during conversations and how to respond without losing your confidence. See you in the next video.